5-game journey starts Monday in Phoenix. From Phoenix to Denver, then to Portland, on to LA to take on the Clippers and Golden State. We welcome you inside. Here is in-arena host Ahmad Crump for the Cavaliers introduction.
For your Cleveland Cavaliers. Started at one guard. He's from Vanderbilt, number 10, Darius Garland. He started at the other guard from Alabama, number 2, Colin Sexton. He started at 1-4. He's from Auburn, number 35, Isaac Okoro. Started at the other 4 from Wyoming, number 22, Larry Nance Jr. And he started at center, and he's from UConn, number 3, Andre Drummond. Your Cavaliers are led by head coach J.B. Bickerstaff. One more time, Cavalier fans, let's make some noise for your Cleveland Cavaliers.
J.B. Bickerstaff's Cavaliers are 7-6 here at home, 10-13 overall. That Cavs starting lineup was brought to you by Geico as the Cavaliers welcome Larry Nance back into that lineup. Let's take a look at the Bucks starting 5 tonight. At 2 is brought to you by Geico. This particular lineup will make its 22nd start of the season in this game number 23 for Milwaukee. 4 of the 5 have been selected to at least one NBA All-Star game in their career. Mike Budenholzer is in his 3rd season with the Bucks. His club has won 3 in a row. They are 5-6 on the road. And their overall mark of 14-8 puts the Bucks comfortably in 2nd place in the Eastern Conference. With that, let's introduce the 3rd member of our broadcast team. It is Angel Gray. Hey there, Angel.
Hey, John. Well, as you alluded to, yes, the Cavs do get their defensive anchor back in Larry Nance Jr. tonight, and that's exciting for a few reasons. Obviously, he brings a presence to the floor, and he's one of the best defenders in this league, but he's also one of the best communicators on this team. And if you want instant gratification, he's another body that can be thrown at Giannis tonight. Coach said we have to make sure defensively that we're understanding it's not a one-person job. Tonight, it has to be done by committee. That's a big challenge for him. Let's see if they can handle it tonight.
And you know, exactly right. You have to have a team effort against this team because they hit you from so many different angles. And you have to get back on defense as a whole. You have to call out assignments. You just have to be a communicating unit against the Bucks.
Giannis Antetokounmpo last night went for 33 points and 12 rebounds, both team highs, as Andre Drummond and Brook Lopez step to the center circle. Tonight's officials are Kevin Cutler, Ben Taylor, and Andy Nagy. Final game of the homestand for the Cavaliers. Back end of the doubleheader as Drummond wins the tip, and we are underway. John Michael, Austin Carr, and Angel Gray. Good to have you with us on this Saturday night. Big weekend of sports underway as Drummond has it poked away by Dante DiVincenzo, who had a nice night last night, and out comes Antetokounmpo. Middleton's picked up by Okoro. Giannis once again defended here by Nance, passed on to Okoro, the rookie. Antetokounmpo looks to go baseline. Okoro stymies him there. Back it goes to Lopez. Shot clock down to 4. He line drives one in off glass and gets the Bucks on the board.
Well, what they do with Lopez, they like to keep him away from Giannis to get their big man, get your big man away from Giannis so Giannis can have control mismatches in the middle.
Colin Sexton stutter steps across the lane, deals to Nance. Now it's Garland. High post Drummond. He has 4 to shoot. Mid-range jumper is true.
One of the few times that he'll turn and shoot the shot, that's the eye.
The Bucks are playing game 2 of a 6-game road trip. They'll then play the following 8 at home. So an interesting schedule for Milwaukee. As mentioned, they're in 2nd place in the East. Chris Middleton this season has simply shot the lights out. He cans a triple and gives the Bucks a 5-2 lead.
I was watching before the game. He didn't miss many shots at all.
8 of 11 last night, 52% from the field. Sexton from distance has an answer.
Gets a nice little bounce that time from deep in the rock.
Giannis puts his tail into Larry Nance. Foul is called. I believe it's on Drummond. Indeed it is, for reaching in.
Well, you almost have to do that with Giannis. You can't leave Larry on an island by himself. And that was a good play by Drummond, but he just reached in too far that time, a little too aggressive. But you got to help him out in that situation.
The foul was on the floor. Drew Holiday has the ball. Works on Sexton. Goes down the lane, missed the shot. Drummond rebounds.
The Cavs, a lot of hands after that shot.
Last night, the Cavaliers led the ball game 63-60 at the half. Garland creeps into a 10-foot runner and gives the Cavs a 7-5 edge.
He and Sexton can get that shot anytime they want.
Middleton into the All-Star game each of the last 2 seasons. Lets a spin on Okoro, floats and scores.
Yeah, Middleton's off to a little faster start tonight than he was last night.
9-year man out of Texas A&M. Okoro, now Drummond. Looking for Garland backdoor. That was broken up. Out comes DiVincenzo. He had 11 points and 11 rebounds for the 3rd-year man out of Villanova. Less than 24 hours ago, as Middleton's in the corner. Thought about a 3. Deals back to Lopez instead. Holiday from deep. Nance rebounds. The Bucks checked in 4th in the league in 3-point percentage as Sexton gets turned back. Gets it back. 3 minutes in, 7 apiece. Sexton for 3.
And then that was a good situation there because Giannis was not going to take a chance on letting Sexton drive past him.
DiVincenzo finds Holiday. Off it goes to Giannis. Had a 3, didn't want it. Tried to find Holiday, threw it away right through his hands. Sexton 1-on-2. Hesitates around DiVincenzo to the basket, puts it up and in, and Colin Sexton has a chance for the 3-point play.
A nice decoy play that time. He comes down on 2 guys. He made him think he was going to come turn around right here, like he's going to turn around and turn right back to the basket. Opportunity for a 3-point play. Good move by Sexton that time. A little fake you, now you see me, and now you don't.
Sexton this season is averaging 24 points a game, shooting nearly 50% from the field and 44% from 3-point range. DiVincenzo from the corner. Drummond secures another rebound. Sexton off a Nance screen. His runner, wide left, rebounded by Drummond. Sends one to Okoro, who makes a nice catch to keep it in bounds. Now Garland from deep. And then Akumpo with a 1-armed rebound.
Got to stop him before he gets going full speed. Once he gets full speed, he's a hard man to handle.
Drummond, his 4th rebound off the Middleton miss. Sexton directs traffic. Picked up by one of the best on-ball defenders in the game in Drew Holiday. Okoro sweeps one back to Sexton, feeds the post. Drummond over to Lopez. He shot puts it home and gives the Cavs an 11-7 lead.
Yeah, the Cavs did not hesitate. Usually when Drummond gets that low, you got to get him that ball because he's pretty tough when he gets in that low with that type of shot.
Giannis picked up by Drummond, elects to take a 3. Nance boxes out Lopez. Drummond runs the floor. Garland picks his head up, surveys the scene. Now relays to Nance. Nance from deep.
The fact that he can take that shot, that means his wrist is getting better.
Opens things up for the Cavs as well as Middleton off the DiVincenzo. Corner 3. He pockets it and trims the Cavs lead to 1.
His confidence has really soared now. He feels he's a part of it now, and now his talent level is starting to rise.
He has started each and every game for Mike Budenholzer's club. Nance watched by Giannis. Back it goes to Drummond, who squares up on the 7-footer in Lopez. Holiday sloughs into double. Back it goes to Sexton. Okoro has 2 to shoot. Gotta hurry. And the Cavs do not get it off in time.
And see, that's where the guards have to start hollering 5, 4, 3, 2 to give everybody an opportunity to know what time it is. Cavs have a 1-point lead.
Part 2. Cavs have the slight lead here in the 1st quarter. Hello, everyone. I'm Angel Gray. Well, last night was the first time that the Bucks saw the dynamic duo for the Cavs for the backcourt in Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. Here's Coach Budenholzer's impressions of the duo.
They're so unique. They get into the paint, they score. You know, they're really good. I think, you know, they're putting together some really good young players and a few veterans mixed around them. And like I said, I think JB's doing a great job.
Thank you, Angel. And we have heard that from a number of coaches around the league as DiVincenzo, meanwhile, gets himself at the elbow. Fades away on a 15-footer and leaves it short. Drummond, however, can't get that to a teammate. And back come the Bucks once again. P.J. Augustine has checked in. He's replaced Drew Holiday. Giannis fires a three. Rebounded by Sexton. Heard Larry Nance yell, yours to Colin. Colin obliged, scooped it up. Garland down the lane as Darius Garland has given the Cavs a 3-point lead.
Early offense off of movement. They have to continue to play the Bucks this way. Make them defend backing up.
DiVincenzo, who wears a 0 on his back, finds Lopez in the corner, who loves that corner three. Misses this time. Garland scoops after the loose ball and grabs the rebound. The Bucks have already hoisted 8 triples. They're 2 for 8.
Yeah, they love that shot.
Sexton finds Drummond. Baseline jumper rattles up and out. Bucks shoot the 5th most threes in the NBA as that pass gets away from DiVincenzo and out of bounds. It's another Milwaukee turnover. Here's our Elk and Elk injury report, and they see this is going to be the shortest this report has been all season long.
You're right. Only 2. I mean, it used to be 7 or 8, but it's good sight right here. His love is starting to do basketball activity.
This was a little bit over an hour ago. His return is not imminent, but he is back on the floor. As here's Colin Sexton across the lane. One arm's one up. Missed the shot. Defended by Holiday, who's quickly back in the game, along with Bobby Portis. Portis has been a really nice pickup for this Bucks team.
You got to be careful with Portis.
Holiday cans a triple. We're tied at 13.
He's much more progressive in trying to get things done here tonight. Very, very aggressive compared to his start yesterday.
Garland is watched by the veteran Augustine. Lobs to Drummond. Drummond now works on Portis. Across the lane, knocked up into the air by Holiday. Comes back to the Cavs. Garland has to double punch it. And somehow banked it in.
That's athleticism right there. Good move by Garland to catch it, and then also get the shot off before the shot clock went off.
Like Budenholzer put his hands to the rafters as if to say, you got to be kidding me on that possession as Portis goes backdoor to Holiday. Dishes off to Middleton for a 10-footer.
But what Nance did was exactly what we've been missing. He covered the play. They made the extra pass, though, to get the basket, but Nance covered the initial assault.
Colin Sexton uses a Drummond screen. 3-second violation is called on the Bucks. There's that ball movement by Milwaukee as Holiday finds the open man.
Yeah, but the Nance came to force them to make that extra pass.
Sexton hits the one-shot technical for the illegal defense. Boy, it's good to see Junior back in the lineup.
Yes, he does a lot for this team. It might not show up in the scoring column, but he does a lot for this team, and we missed him when he was out.
Larry leads the league in deflections per game. He's number 2 in steals per game as Jared Allen, Taurean Prince, and Jetty Osman all file into the ball game. Garland from deep. Long rebound is grabbed by Holiday. 12-year man out of UCLA. Works in toward Garland. Muscles him toward the basket and gives the Bucks a 17-16 lead.
Yeah, at his size and strength, when he gets like that, he's going to do that pretty much every time. Very heady guard and super defensive player.
6'3", 230 is Holiday. Allen hands off to Osman. Osman from deep. Jetty fired up 8 threes last night. Hit a pair. Hesitation move by Holiday.
Boy, he's smooth, isn't he?
He's 3 for 5. Last night, Holiday ultra consistent in that ball game. 17 points, 8 of 9 from the field. Also dished out 7 assists. It was a quiet 17, wasn't he? Almost didn't notice Holiday, but he just went about his business and did his job.
He was very efficient.
Here is Holiday with a hesitation move. Under 3 to go in the opening quarter. Holzer's Bucks are on top by 3. It's time now for the Taco Bell take, and Mike's bunch is scoring a bunch this season. These are the highest scoring teams in Bucks history. The Bucks have won NBA championship. It came back in that 70-71 season. They are outdistancing the rest of those high-scoring teams. Mike Budenholzer type stuff, huh, AC?
Yes, it is. That's what he likes. He likes scoring points.
With an offensive foul called on Darius Garland. Like Budenholzer is the 2-time NBA Coach of the Year, once in 2015 with the Hawks, and in 2019 with these Bucks. This is his 3rd season in Milwaukee. Still looking to take this team over the top, AC.
Yeah, you're right. Trying to get there to the magic, to the promised land.
Augustine. Can't get the roll. Prince rebounds. Last season, the playoffs for the Bucks did not go as planned as Dylan Windler runs the floor. Lost it. Can he save it? He did, but it's Augustine who jumps onto it. Up ahead to Torrey Craig. Yeah, Craig has given the Bucks a 21-16 lead.
The 50-50 balls, that's one thing the Cavs have to win that battle tonight.
So it's Garland, Prince, Osman, Allen, and Windler for the Cavaliers. Holiday plus 4 reserves for the Bucks. Augustine, Portis, Craig, and Pat Connaughton, the 6th-year man out of Notre Dame. That pass for Allen is behind him. The Bucks have numbers again. Holiday, Connaughton scores. Bucks 23, Cavaliers 16. We started to say that last season, after rolling the Magic in 5 in the first round, AC, this Bucks team ran into a buzzsaw in the second round as Prince with a drifting triple. That's no good. The Bucks were knocked off in 5 by the Miami Heat as that ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Bucks.
Yeah, you're right. Miami just steamrolled them. It was very interesting how that happened. But everybody's going after the ball. They're going down to get those 50-50 balls. Couldn't come up with that one. That one what goes to the Bucks.
The Bucks have scored the last 8 points. Holiday pressured by Windler. Craig, the former Nugget. The Milwaukee run is 10-0. 70 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jared Allen. Wanted Windler, goes to Prince instead. Torrey and Prince, no looks a pass to Windler, puts it up, missed the shot. However, he gets fouled by Portis.
I like the fact that the ball went from the right side back to the left side and back again. That's the type of movement you have to get the defense to move. Once you get the defense to move, then you get those opportunities to get those driving lanes.
That foul on Portis is his second as the rookie out of Belmont. Dylan Windler misfires on his first free throw. Make your voice heard and cast your vote for the 2021 NBA All-Star starters. Vote Colin Sexton, Andre Drummond, and Larry Nance Jr. right now at vote.nba.com. The Bucks are shooting 55% in this first quarter. The Cavs 44%. 7 for this man, Holiday, 7 for Middleton. That shot by Holiday doesn't go. Allen bobbles, then grabs the loose ball, and out comes Dylan Windler.
Come across the timeline with some energy.
Osman, his runner is good.
That was a good sequence there. The Cavs come across with the defense backing up. Then Jetty does a good job of moving out the ball into the scoring area.
Portis misfires on that shot. The Bucks over the last 2 seasons have had a big who could shoot the 3 and play the 4 or 5, AC. I think Ilyasova, I should say, and also Marvin Williams, and Bobby Portis really has fit into that role beautifully.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely a big add for this team.
Ersan as Sexton puts it up and in. He has a chance for another 3-point play. Ersan Ilyasova had done that for Milwaukee over 2 stretches for this club. Sexton with the drive, took the contact, and has a chance to cut this Milwaukee lead to 3.
Perfect driving angle for the basket, and with someone with Sexton's quickness, awful hard to stop him to get into the basket.
Torrey Craig was whistled for the personal. Colin has 8 quick points. He's also dished out a pair of assists, now 9.
His game is really improved now. He's becoming more well-rounded.
That 3 hangs on the rim and does not go. As the Cavaliers in the first quarter were led by Colin Sexton with 9 points. The Bucks by that man, Drew Holiday, he had 7. Chris Middleton had 7. Giannis Antetokounmpo notably was scoreless through the first 12 minutes. The Cavaliers shoot it at 50%. It's Bucks 25, Cavaliers 22. On to the start of the second quarter. From inside Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, Colin Sexton 3 of 6 from the field, 9 points, plus 5 in his 9 minutes of play. Cavs leading scorer at 24 points per game. As meanwhile, here's DJ Augustine. We'll set the lineup for you in just a moment as Augustine works on Sexton. Antetokounmpo is back on the floor, guarded here by Allen. Puts it on the floor, twists Banks, and gets on the board for the first time tonight.
And again, they try to put him in the middle of the floor, so you can't, because really the way you have to guard him is you have to turn him. And what I mean by that is you cut you cut him off, and then when he turns to go the other direction, somebody has to be there.
Dylan Windler back to Jetty Osman. Osman now to Prince, upstairs to Allen's got to hurry, flicks it up, missed the shot, and a bounds it goes. The ball will stay with the Cavs. As you saw there on your screen, Prince, Osman, Sexton, Allen, and Windler make up the Cavalier fivesome to open this second stanza.
The Cavs are trying not to stand around. They're trying to keep in motion.
Windler to Sexton. That was tipped by DiVincenzo when he had a foot on the baseline. So the ball stays with the Cavs. There's the third-year man out of Villanova. Final Four most outstanding player in 2018. Villanova won it all.
Yeah, he was spectacular in that game.
At 31 points against John Beilein's Michigan Wolverines as we have a foul call, and it's on the Cavaliers. JB Bickerstaff is hot. You may have heard our court mics pick up JB say to official Ben Taylor, "Are you kidding me?" Let's take a look. The foul was called on Allen.
Wow.
Augustine took contact. And now Kevin Cutler hears it from the Cavalier bench.
Cavs are trying to scrap. Get everything they can get. Sexton bumped him a little bit with the upper body.
Are we going to have a conversation or are you going to yell at us all night?
The discussion continues between official Ben Taylor and JB Bickerstaff. Cavaliers basketball on Fox Sports Ohio is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. JB does not get cheated in terms of voicing his opinion.
Yes, he does a good job of that. Well, you have to let them know that you're out there. Otherwise, they have a tendency to fall asleep on you sometimes.
Well, he certainly protects his players. No question about that.
He does do that. And you love to play for a coach like that.
Colin Sexton watched by DiVincenzo. Relays off to Osman. Now it's Allen top of the key. Osman down the alley. Stops. Defended by the lengthy Antetokounmpo. Goes to Prince. Fakes a three. Fires a three. Nails a three. Taurean Prince.
Very good awareness that time. Took a step over the three-point line and then comes back to knock the three down.
Giannis north-south, defended well by Allen. Long outlet pass to Osman, right on the money.
Make him play the whole court.
Prince gets back. He's going to make Antetokounmpo earn it. The Cavs bench likes that.
And that is the proper thing to do there. Because the way he shoots free throws, send him to the line.
Impact the game. Taurean Prince take the three, AC.
Yeah, he got him a bird that time. And then keeping his head up, and Jetty with the home run play.
And he commits the foul on Giannis. JB Bickerstaff talked about that after the game, that this Bucks team too many times last night after a Cavs-made bucket just got the ball out too quickly for the Cavs to respond, and were able to get easy looks. And the foul by Prince pays off as Giannis misses his first free throw. And with that, let's check in with Angel Gray.
Well, John, maybe this is my first sideline report. Just seeing Coach Bickerstaff on the sideline, he was screaming to his team, get back, seeing that Giannis, who's in the backcourt, but also he did tell his team that we have to understand where players are, especially defending one of the league's top transition point teams. So that's been an effort and at the forefront of their mind for the rest of the game, guys. Giannis
splits the pair. This is a Milwaukee team that's tied for first in terms of fast break points. As here's Windler to the foul line, now to Allen at the elbow. Nearly 2 minutes in, second quarter. Bucks by 3. Sexton to the lane, back to Osman for the tie, and it sails out of bounds.
Cavs trying to, again, they're moving the ball. You know, in that situation, looks like they're getting ready to go into a little bit of a zone. Yep.
Bryn Forbes is checked in for the Bucks. The fifth-year man out of Michigan State. Connaughton launches. Sexton rebounds. Collins slows as he's guarded by Giannis. Osman now to Collins. 3 on the way. Windler got a hand on it, so did Allen, but eventually Connaughton squeezes it off to Giannis. Giannis in a hurry. Yeah, look out.
That's tough. See, once you see him coming across like that and Prince was on him, whoever's in that back that's behind in front of the defense, you got to go up the floor to meet Giannis. You can't wait for him to get to you.
Sexton floats, missed it, tips at it. DiVincenzo grabs the loose ball. Out come the Bucks with a 5-point lead. DiVincenzo shoveled toward Portis. Over his head it goes. Giannis, that angular frame. He put that elbow right into the chest of Prince. Ugh.
And no call. But when you reach his status, you get those kind of calls. Or non-calls.
Dylan Windler uses an Allen screen. Gets into the paint and gets fouled.
And that time he went with 1 or 2 dribbles too soon. He had the shot right at the foul line. He had the shot really a dribble before that one. And he dribbled right into the defense that time, but he still got the foul.
Let's pause for a word from Wayside Furniture.
Wayside Furniture's Super Sunday event. Get 0% financing for 60 months this Friday through Sunday.
Windler, the 26th overall pick. A couple of drafts ago by the Cavaliers. Cans both and cuts that Bucks lead back to 3. Prince guards Giannis. Now Allen does. Antetokounmpo toward the basket, ran out of airspace, almost walked, somehow got it to Connaughton, who loops it up and in.
Yeah, that foot barely hit the ground before he made that pass. But again, you're letting him go straight. What you want Allen to do is turn him and then somebody come in behind him.
Connaughton gets called for a foul, trying to squeeze around big Jared Allen.
Coming in right here. Wow, it looked like the foot hit the ground to me, but he got the pass off in time.
Giannis guards Osman on this end of the floor. Windler is picked up by Forbes, gets to the paint and scores over Lopez. That isn't easy.
No, it isn't. He did a good job. He used his right hand that time also.
Bucks 34, Cavs 31. Forbes back to Giannis, read by Prince, but Giannis gets there, fakes and hammers it. Oh, jeez.
Whoa. I guess the big fella wanted to make his presence felt.
Bucks 36, Cavaliers 31, 7 points. For Giannis, 4 rebounds and a couple of assists. Colin Sexton looking for an answer. He's got it.
Oh, yeah. Because Lopez is playing back in the lane. He's not stepping up. So they're going to give Colin his bread and butter shot, it looks like.
They have 2 big-time rim protectors, I should say, do the Bucks, and Giannis and Lopez. That Antetokounmpo shot doesn't go. Here's Prince working on Middleton. Good crossover move. Snaps a cross-court pass to Osman. Allen bats at it. Grabbed by Giannis. Runs over Jetty, and we play on.
Wow.
Middleton. Forbes. 3. The Cavaliers take a timeout. Just over 5 minutes gone in the second quarter. Giannis Antetokounmpo has 7 points, including this dunk. Back with more after this.
It's time now for our T-Mobile coast-to-coast coverage of the NBA. We'll start with the Utah Jazz, who are rolling in the Western Conference. 18-5 record puts them number 1 overall in the Western Conference. And as far as the Super Bowl goes, I'll be watching from my own home, and it seems like the NBA players and staff will have to do the same thing. The NBA released a mandate that said no Super Bowl parties. And as far as last night in Brooklyn, there was a little confusion. Kevin Durant in and out again, pulled from the game last night for contact tracing. Did not travel with the team. He tweeted out, "Free me." I don't think it worked, though. He did not travel with the team, guys.
Thank you, Angel. Meanwhile, Larry Nance gets on the board for the first time in this first half and cuts the Milwaukee lead to 4. Forbes, a mid-range jumper, rebounded by Drummond. Drummond has 6 boards.
And Larry did a good job that time. They were trying to get the lob to Giannis, and Larry read it and backed off and saved the play.
Prince wide open, cans it.
If they're not going to come and guard you, you have to knock that shot down.
Cavaliers are shooting the ball at 48%. They're back within 1. Giannis picked up by Nance. Shovels to DiVincenzo. He goes down the lane, finger rolls, and gives the Bucks a 41-38 edge.
Giannis's presence gave him the lane to the basket because you had to watch for the lob.
He's past the midway point of the second quarter as Garland is on the carousel, bounces back to Nance. Windler has 6 to shoot. Creeps around Forbes, dumps back to Garland. Drummond screens off Giannis, and Garland does the rest.
Drummond did a good job of running interference. Stop sign, and Garland is deep in the rock.
9 first-half points for Garland. He dished out 3 assists. Middleton defended by Prince. Prince has been good in this first half. Giannis got decked. Gets back up. Middleton launches and scores.
Boy, he can shoot it.
4 of 5 in this first half. He has a team-high 10 points. Middleton is shooting 45% from 3 on the season. Prince again gets whacked and fouled by Middleton. Here's that Garland 3.
Yeah, Windler doing a good job of penetrating and running interference. It's Drummond that time where Garland gets an opportunity to really fix the strings and knock a 3 down.
Solid surge by the Cavs offensively here in the second quarter. They've hit 5 of their last 6. A big part because of the play of this man, Darius Garland, orchestrating the offense, finds Drummond there, who hammers it home.
Nice find by Garland, and the big fella throws the hammer down.
Bucks 44, Cavaliers 43. Holiday off to Lopez. Lopez doubled in the corner, and Drummond pokes it away. Here's our All-State good hands play. Excellent catch. And the finish by Drummond off the Darius Garland feed.
Yeah, did a good job of catching a hot potato.
Holiday is guarded by the rookie Isaac Okoro. Backs up. He'll try it again with 5 on the shot clock this time. Isaac stays put. Holiday in trouble. Fadeaway mid-range. Rebounded by Drummond. Well done by the rookie.
Cavs getting out into the open court.
Garland off to Drummond. Drummond looking for the lead. Gets fouled by Lopez.
And then quick plays. That's what it's about. Get the ball down the floor. Hit the open man. Cut, move, and get to the basket and draw a foul opportunity for 2 shots.
Earlier in this second quarter, the Bucks had opened up a 9-point lead. The Cavs are back within 1. For you, there's a serious disagreement raging right now in the Nance household between senior and junior about what's more effective, steals or blocks. Let's take a look.
Okay.
My argument to him is like, all right, how many shots are taken in a game versus how many passes are taken in a game? If you have to, you know, you got to second guess passes, it's a whole lot more It's a whole lot more thinking than it is shots. So.
My shot blocks, because I kept the ball in play, was steals. So I actually did two things. I got steals and block shots. So ask him what he have to say about that.
I think I'm winning the argument, but if you ask him, he'd say he's winning the argument. It'll be an ongoing thing.
Those two tickle me.
I like Senior saying, ask him what he thinks about that.
Ask him what he thinks about that.
Talk to my son about
it. But the one thing Larry did, he always kept the ball in play when he blocked shots. He wasn't trying to showboat and knock it in the stands. He wanted to make it continue on with the play and give his team an opportunity.
Tough three by Bryn Forbes. We're back underway, and there are the numbers. Larry Nance, in terms of steals per game, has been among the league leaders all season long. Darius Garland, meanwhile, goes to work and dishes at Drummond. That's the second time in the second quarter. A Garland assist has led to a Drummond dunk.
We had nice penetration. Darius is really starting to get his feel for the game as far as his delivering, using his dribbling ability to get his teammates wide open shots.
The starting five is on the floor for the Cavs. They almost force a turnover. Holiday recollects, shovels back to Lopez. He'll fire. Weak side rebound grabbed by Portis over Garland. He gives the Bucks a three-point lead.
I tell you, he's a godsend for this team. They really needed someone like him.
Garland, now Nance. Sexton has 11 in this first half. Under 3 to go in the second quarter. Sexton thought about it. He'll shoot that. Middleton. Holiday on the run. Bucks by 3. That shot, way long. Holiday banks it in.
Right. If he hadn't been in the middle of the floor like that, that ball would not have gone in. But he was in the middle of the floor, so all he had to do is shoot it at the target.
There are the numbers. The Bucks have hit 4 of 6 from deep here in the second quarter as Forbes pesters Garland. Off it goes to Sexton. Collins in a phone booth. He whips it off the hip of Lopez, and it ricochets out of bounds.
I noticed tonight when Collins starts to the basket, their whole team just attacks Collins. They're trying to really surround him and make his passing difficult.
The Cavs have 5 with which to work. Chris Middleton, 10 points. Efficient again tonight as he has been all season, 4 for 5.
Yeah, he's right. He's playing a different game this year.
Seems comfortable within this system. Sexton, shot clock down to 2. Out goes Forbes. Cavs have coughed it up 8 times. Ball hops loose to Holiday. Holiday deals back up top. Drummond's the only man there. Andre rumbles to the hole.
The big fella says, "Oh, thank you very much for this opportunity," and he throws the hammer down.
That turnover by the Cavs, by the way, was only their first in this second quarter. A big reason, ball security, why the Cavs are able to get back close in this ball game. Has trailed by as many as 9. Short jumper by Holiday. He has a dozen here in the first half.
Very efficient. I love his game. He doesn't do anything real fancy, but everything very efficient, and he does it with authority.
Drummond deals to the corner. Drummond has 11 points, 7 rebounds. Sexton now floats over. Lopez gets fouled, puts it in, and Colin Sexton has a chance for 3.
Cavaliers sorely needed that to stay in touch with this team. Drummond doing a good job of retrieving an errant pass and just bringing it home. Collin going inside, gets fouled on the way up. Good finish. Opportunity for a three-point play.
Sexton is an 83% free throw shooter. Can't find that one. Okoro almost picks it away from Bobby Portis. It's a 4-point game. Each team has shot it well. The Bucks 55%, the Cavs 54%. Holiday goes to work on Garland. Pump fake, uses glass, missed it, gets it back, however. Second chance opportunity. Forbes does not take long.
He can shoot it. I'll tell you that. I was watching before the game. Man, he's a good shooter.
His career 40% three-point shooter. He's in his 5th season. Began his career in San Antonio as Drummond muscles his way to the hole once again. Draws a foul on Portis, who kicks the basket support in frustration.
There wasn't much Portis could do with that one. The big fella was running downhill, and there's not much you're going to do when you're moving like that. You have to be stationary to take that.
That's 3 on Portis.
Big fella's moving inside. He takes that bump. Portis fouls him, going to the hoop.
A dozen points for Andre. Last season led the NBA in offensive rebounds per game for the 7th consecutive time. Last player to lead the league in offensive rebounds per game, not named Andre Drummond, is named Andy Varejao.
Oh.
That ball sails over the baseline and out of bounds. Andy, that season before the run for Drummond, averaged 5 offensive rebounds per contest.
Yeah, he was unbelievably good at that. Very active player.
That ball pinballs off the leg of Sexton and rolls out of bounds. Back it goes to the visiting Bucks. 30 ticks to go in the half. Holiday off a Middleton screen. Through the teeth of the defense. A foul is called. Drummond gets whistled for the personal, and Holiday will shoot free throws.
Here we go, 2 times.
Yeah, he loves to pull up jump shot, but he will get to that basket if you give him the opportunity.
Head to Cavs.com/win to enter to win 2 tickets to the Cavs' next home game. Don't miss your exclusive opportunity to be one of the lucky guests right here in the field house. Visit Cavs.com/win today to enter. Following today, the Cavaliers hit the road. It's a 5-game road trip. Starts Monday in the desert. The Cavaliers take on the Suns, on to Denver, Portland, LA to take on the Clippers, then Golden State.
Man,
I know you are ready for those late starts.
Oh, boy.
As a broadcast team, we've never done that before. We're always traveling with the team.
Exactly.
So it feels like a 7 o'clock start. It's 7:30 local time. Garland down the lane. His teardrop drops through. Long lead pass to Giannis. Giannis shovels to the corner. Torrey Craig missed it. And the Cavaliers get a stop to close out quarter number 2.
Yeah, they hung in there. 2-possession game. Now they have to come out of the locker room ready to go, because you know the Bucks will be ready to go.
Coming up at the half, Campy and Jeff each give their take on the first half. We'll take a peek at the road ahead. And Angel will catch up with assistant coach Greg Buckner, all coming up. Stay with us. Cavaliers trail the Bucks 59-54. What do the Cavaliers need to do to come from behind in the second half? Angel Gray discusses with assistant coach J.J. Outlaw.
Coach, this is a 2-possession game entering the half. What do you want to see executed in the second half?
Much of what we did in the first half. I thought we did a really good job adjusting to their transition points better than we did last night. We built a wall around Giannis when he's driven in transition, and although he's only had 7 points right now, it's a very loud 7. So we just got to keep doing what we were doing in the first half.
And then offensively, you have 3 players that are in double figures. What are your thoughts on the play of your backcourt as well as Drummond?
Well, I'm very proud of the way they're playing. They're sharing the ball. They're playing together. Everybody's involved in the game. And obviously, when the ball can move and you can get Dre involved in the game early, I think we've seen success with that so far this season. So, again, third quarters have kind of been our Achilles heel this year. So we really want to just come out and win the third quarter, much like we started the game.
Thanks so much for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
John, back to you.
And that's what they're looking for. The energy in this third quarter is because you know the Bucks are going to be ready to go.
We are underway in the second half. Middleton leaves that shot short. It's grabbed by Andre Drummond, his 8th board to go along with 13 points. Drummond 13, Sexton 13, Garland 11. Garland for 3, rebounded by Giannis.
Cavs did a good job of keeping him off the board, offensive board. They only had 2 offensive rebounds in that first half. They had 13 last game.
Lopez can't find the range. Lopez is on the back of Drummond as that ball ends up with Sexton. It's kicked by Holiday. So the Cavaliers will inbound from the sideline. We are 44 seconds in, third quarter.
They want to keep it moving, You got to get more production out of your forwards. Okoro and Nance, you want to get a little bit more point production out of those two to balance the scoring on the offensive end.
The shot clock is what is being discussed among tonight's officials. Kevin Cutler, Ben Taylor, and Andy Nagy. We're all set. The starting five for each club starts this second half. Okoro fires. He leaves it short. Isaac did not take a shot in the first half. DiVincenzo wiggles to the elbow, deals to Middleton. Off it goes to Lopez. Lopez on Drummond. Nance rebounds. Lopez tonight is but 1 of 5. 0 for 3 from deep.
Yeah, Drummond's done a decent job on him, making him shoot over the top.
Here is Andre. Lopez leaves him out there. Andre fires. Giannis has his 7th board.
You don't want to settle for shots. If it's not your shot, don't take it.
Giannis to the bucket.
Again, they let him go straight. You got to cut him. You got to make him turn. You got to make him turn. You can't let him go straight. He's too lethal going straight.
61-54 is the Milwaukee lead. Okoro between the circles. Guarded by Middleton. Now it's Garland. Drummond has 5 with which to work. Goes across the lane. DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo is watched by Garland. Now Middleton shakes, launches a long 2. Nance grabs another rebound. And a foul is called.
Good to see the Cavs get the ball out. Giannis coming down. Nance tried to turn him, but he's just too strong. You can tell over the years he's added to his strength and able to go through situations like that. But what I mean by turning him is let Nance turn him and then Okoro come in to defend him when he turns.
The Cavs have missed their first 4 shots of this third quarter. Now 5. Giannis with the rebound.
They're slow start offensively.
He was the youngest player when drafted back in 2013. Spins to the bucket, gets tripped up and fouled. When he was drafted, he was 6'9". His second season, 6'11". He was still growing his rookie season.
Yeah, he's quite an athlete.
Didn't have that move his first couple of seasons, AC.
Yeah, but that's his signature move, though.
Yeah.
He's a spin guy. He's not a guy that's going to get in front of you, go between his legs to go around you and all that. He's going to spin to beat you.
You mentioned that in our production meeting earlier today. We will revisit that in a moment as we're nearly 2.5 in third quarter. First free throw good. Head to Cavs.com/tickets to lock in your seats for the upcoming season with the Wine and Gold United deposit. Secure your Wine and Gold United membership with a $50 deposit today. Visit Cavs.com/tickets. You mentioned that this morning, AC, when he takes on a player one-on-one, tends to turn his back. Usually he's not trying to slant pass. He's turning on you to work his way past the defender.
Right, and that's why people like to put the wall up in front of him, because there's always somebody there to meet him when he turns, and that really slows him up. In the playoffs, teams do that to him a lot. They wall him off a lot.
Cavs assistant J.J. Outlaw said that when he was talking to Angel. We want to put up that wall, slow him down. Drummond inside off a Sexton feed, puts it up and in. Drummond gets fouled and has a chance for 3.
They let the big fella get inside with the position. When you let him get inside, especially with his right hand, he's going to be a tough guy to stop. Good pass by Sexton down low. Nice pump fake. Put it in. Opportunity for 3-point play.
Collin was in a phone booth. He got walled off by Holiday and the 7-footer in Lopez, and still found a way to get it to Drummond, who completes the 3-point play and trims the Bucks lead to 6. Three on the way by Giannis is good. Antetokounmpo has 14.
That's where he's improved his game a lot, because he really was afraid to take that shot at one time. Now he takes it with ease.
Garland uses a Drummond screen. The 3-second violation is called for the second time on the Bucks. This time Lopez is the guilty party.
Trying to float trying to protect his teammates, trying to float where he can help them, and he got caught that time.
Lopez is contending that he was close enough to Andre Drummond. Mike Budenholzer continues to make the same argument as Sexton connects on the technical free throw.
It's amazing. The game goes on. His coach Budenholzer is still complaining.
Lopez is in his 13th season out of Stanford. Last season had the highest ever contest percentage at the rim since that stat started to be tracked back in 2013 as Drummond with the left hand.
Nice move inside by Drummond using his left hand. Giannis
again tries to barge in toward Nance. Nance holds his ground off. It goes to Lopez in the corner. They'll take the three. Inside rebound is grabbed by Okoro.
Good job by Nance because he tried to bully him that time.
Garland underneath. Sent it between Sexton and Nance, and out of bounds it goes as the Cavaliers have committed their 10th turnover.
Good pass inside. Drummond with his left hand. Nice move that time by the big fella.
Andre has 18 points. He's 7 of 10. Middleton mid-range contested by Okoro.
Yeah, like I said, he doesn't take a lot of them anymore like he used to, but when he takes them, 9 times out of 10 they go in.
Middleton has a dozen. It's an 8-point game. 4 minutes in, third quarter. Drummond at the foul line. Squares up on Lopez, flicks it up, missed the shot. And then Akumpo with the rebound. Giannis in toward Nance, drives to the bucket, took contact, puts it up and in, and Giannis has a chance for three.
See, you let him get full steam like that, it's tough to stop him. Somebody has right. You see, it makes it tough though when he gets you down that quickly, that low, because there's nobody up top to help you. But you got to find a way. I would just have somebody go at him just to slow him down, because when he's full speed with the Euro step, you can't stop him.
The Bucks have opened up their largest lead of the ball game. Garland. Drummond between the circles. Sexton looks to get loose. Holiday's right with it. Drummond puts it on the floor. Sexton, three to shoot, lost the ball. Nance puts it upstairs. Drummond has to get it up quickly, and he does.
Yep. That's a good situation there. Collin gave him an outlet, and that was important to keep the play going in the right direction.
The shot clock was all the way down to 1. Lopez can't buy one from deep tonight. He's 0 for 5. We have a foul called. It's on the Cavs.
When Collin gets inside, he gets fouled, and Nance doing a good job of a semi-lob, and the big fella lays it in.
Garland gets whistled for the personal. Out goes Colin Sexton. In comes Taurean Prince.
You got to make a run sooner or later to get this game down to where they got a fighting chance in the fourth quarter.
DJ Augustine checks in for the first time in the second half for the Bucks. Giannis tries another three. That one's long. Okoro grabs the loose ball. Bucks by 9. Prince had an effective first half. That shot hits the underside of the rim as he worked on Middleton. Augustine to a cutter in Giannis, who gets fouled by Nance. We have a timeout on the floor. 6:42 remains here in the third. Bucks 71, Cavaliers 62. Time now for our Kia Give It Everything feature. Austin Carr for Andre Drummond. How do you like 20 points in 20 minutes?
Yeah, he's been spectacular around it. Very efficient. Not taking a lot of ill-advised shots. He's taken what the defense is giving him, and he's been delivering on a good note.
Efficient, as you mentioned, 8 of 12 tonight. 8 boards, dished out a couple of assists. All right, time for the Cavaliers to make a run here in the third quarter. They trail this ball game by 9.
Yeah, they have to get it going here before the end of the quarter so they can have a good position for the fourth quarter.
Garland, Okoro, Nance, Prince, and Drummond are on the floor as Middleton gets turned back by Okoro. Garland with the steal. Long lead pass to Nance, who hammers it.
Good anticipation by Garland. Got in the passing lane, kept his head up, and Larry Nance Jr. throws the hammer down.
The Cavs have been at their best this season when, we have an illegal screen on Giannis. Been at their best this season when turning defense into offense with a great degree of regularity. Steal, outlet, dunk.
Yes. When the ball does not touch the floor and you score, that's perfect basketball. Love it.
Prince works off a Drummond screen. 12-footer. The Cavs are back within 5.
Yep, and this is exactly what they needed. They needed to get themselves back into a rhythm before the end of the quarter.
Halfway home here in the third. Augustine off to Giannis. Augustine gets it again. The veteran out of Texas. Cans an off-balance shot.
Yeah, he still can shoot the ball.
Brought in to stabilize the backup position with George Hill gone. George was dealt in the Drew Holiday deal. Prince is being poked at, bothered by Middleton. Drummond seals off Middleton, and Prince does the rest.
Yeah, Prince and Middleton are going at it right now, back and forth.
Drummond came up and said, I'll take care of this. Picked him off. Middleton with an answer.
Woo, he can shoot it.
15 now for Middleton. Bucks 76, Cavaliers 68. Efficient as usual tonight is Middleton. All right, here's Drummond, 18 feet away. Okoro comes and gets it. Back to Drummond, now 12 feet away. That's better. Andre pushes it in, 22 and 8 tonight for the Cavs starting center.
Nice penetration by Okoro to draw the defense to him, and the big fella finishes it off.
Middleton on Okoro toward the bucket, off-balance shot. Doesn't get a call. Lopez with an offensive rebound, and Lopez banks it in. He's but 2 of 8 tonight is Brook.
Yeah, the second chance opportunity's got to keep him to a minimum.
Prince. Boy, Prince has been solid off the Cavalier bench. He has 12 points. He's 5 of 7 from the field.
Yeah, he's on fire now. Keep it going.
Prince has been active defensively as well. Giannis picked up by Okoro. 8 to shoot. Giannis goes to work. Drummond comes over for a double, and Giannis draws a foul.
Okoro did a good job, though, of forcing him to take a difficult shot. Really, all he had to do was stay there, but he got help in the help foul. But he did a good job of making him take a difficult shot that time. That was good defense.
So Giannis, who shoots free throws at 61% this season, will get his 6th and 7th of the night.
It's amazing how he's played both games the exact same way. Kind of walks his way through the first half, and then the third quarter he wakes up.
Last night Giannis had 13 in the third. Tonight now 11 in this third quarter.
Yeah, he kind of cruises into the game. But see, when you know how the ball is going to go, because he knows the ball's coming his way, then you can let the game come to you and be very efficient with those opportunities.
Just over 4 to go here in the third. 2-time MVP and last season's Defensive Player of the Year. Kansas second.
It's amazing. He basically is a center. He plays the center position, but he plays it from every position on the floor.
Cedi Osman has checked in for the Cavs. Garland defended by Augustine. Drummond has to go and chase it near the sideline. Now he works on Portis. Goes baseline and scores.
Yep, he knew he could just take Portis, and Portis gave up no resistance.
Holiday across the lane to contact. The foul is on the floor. Here's J.B. Bickerstaff talking to Isaac Okoro. As Isaac, on that last sequence, AC was defending Giannis.
Yes, and I mean, and you can see that as long as he's continuing to stay in front of Giannis, it's going to be all right. But his teammates has got to help him. When he turns Giannis, somebody has to be there. And that's what really frustrates him. He really tries to get physical with you when you turn and defend.
Jared Allen and Dylan Windler check in. Nance and Drummond exit. So important minutes here for a number of the Cavalier reserves. Second free throw is no good. Out of bounds it goes. Last off whom? Last off the Cavs.
Yeah, both guys going after it. Couldn't quite hold back.
We have a timeout on the floor. The Cavaliers have hit their last 6 shots, and they're back within 6. These 4. Let's take a look at our Rocket Mortgage Built for Success duo. Colin Sexton, Darius Garland, Cavs starting backcourt. Effective AC once again.
Yes, they are. They're very effective. Doing a good job of balancing things, but they have to get the forwards more involved to balance the offense, because they're going to put too much pressure on themselves to score if you don't get anything out of your 2 forwards.
Cavs starting at 3 and 4. 4 combined points thus far as Holiday from straightaway gives the Bucks an 82-74 lead. 3.5 to go here in the third. Sexton +4 reserves. Collins zigzags to the foul line, tried to give it to Allen. That was broken up by Holiday. For the Bucks, Holiday is joined by Augustine, Portis, Craig, and Connaughton. Connaughton shadowed by Sexton. Craig picks off Collin and puts it up and in. Andre Drummond leads the Cavs with 24 points. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the high buck. He rests with 19. Osman from mid-range. Augustine playing with his 9th team, and this is 13th NBA season. A nifty pass to Holiday, and the Bucks have taken a 12-point lead, and J.B. Bickerstaff has seen enough. He'll take a timeout.
Yeah, good timeout. He needs to settle his team down.
There's a look at Holiday and the Cavs. Torian Prince in his 5th season out of Baylor, started 190 out of 201 games over the last 3 seasons with Brooklyn and Atlanta. He has fit in quite nicely, has Torian Prince, AC, with the Cavaliers, coming off that bench in that reserve role.
Yeah, he's done a great job since he's been here. I mean, right away, and it's tough going to a new team the way he did, came to the Cavs, but he came right in, fit right into the system. And those are the kind of guys you want on your team, you want in your franchise. Guys that come to play every night, and they don't have any excuses.
AC, you said in the open it was key for the Cavaliers tonight to make sure they keep the Bucks in front of them.
And that's the key. You have to keep them in front. You can't let them get behind, because once that happens, then they all have ways to get to that basket, especially when Giannis is out there. And the Cavs is doing a good job of keeping everybody in front of them.
That time Holiday got loose and was able to lay it in off the Augustine assist.
Well, they make you play defense from the beginning to the end of the shot clock. You can't ever think that you are safe with the Bucks, because they're constantly cutting and moving.
Holiday has 18 points tonight. He's dished out 7 assists. Under 3 to go here in the third. The Cavaliers trail 86-74. Allen is watched by Portis out around the perimeter. Bounces to Prince. Prince down the lane. Wild shot rebounded by Portis in traffic. Gives to Holiday. Now it's Augustine.
The Cavs need to have a defensive stand here at the end of the quarter. Augustine knocks one down deep.
Augustine has given the Bucks their largest lead, 89-74. Sexton works off an Allen screen. Lost the ball out of bounds, last off the Bucks. Sexton was converged upon. It was Torrey Craig who knocked that ball out of bounds. He's in his first season with the Bucks.
Well, again, they kind of revamped their team after last season.
Traded a number of players away in the holiday deal, as we referred to. Portis is one of those pickups as he fouls Jared Allen. Bryn Forbes, Torrey Craig, and Bobby Portis all brought into this Bucks team.
Yeah, they're different style players than what they had, and it seems to be paying off.
Torrey Craig was one of Michael Malone's top defenders in Denver last season. This is the Bucks team that was #1 in defensive rating just last year. Prince off balance, grabbed by Augustine. Under 2 to go in the third. Augustine looks for Craig. Augustine again. Another long three. Allen rebounds. Now Prince. Prince has 12 off the Cavs bench. Around the perimeter, it goes to Sexton. Sexton from the foul line. Missed the shot, tried to draw a foul. We play on. Augustine, long lead pass to Holiday, who lays it in.
My goodness.
Bucks by 17. Osmond, top of the key, off to Sexton. Cullen knocks it down.
You get the ball down the side of the floor.
That's the Cavaliers' 5th made 3 tonight. The Bucks have hit 11. Augustine goes to work on a half step on Windler. Got cut off, however, by Prince. Connaughton now. Dumps it inside to Portis. Portis got Allen in the air and got fouled.
Yeah, Drew was such a pickup for them. This young man he's just a good defensive guard in this league, and he keeps penetration off of the big people for the Bucks, and that really keeps them out of early foul trouble.
In a couple of recent podcasts, both Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant said Drew Holiday is, simply put, the best defensive guard in the NBA. Was in New Orleans for the last 7 seasons, was Drew. There he is, began his career with Philadelphia, was an all-star with the Sixers back in 2013.
A very smooth guy, very confident player. He knows what he can do and can't do. And he can score when he wants to. I mean, that's the type of offensive game he has. But defensively, he's tough on you. He makes you earn it.
Well, he said score when he wants to. Holiday had 17 last night, has 20 tonight. 24 minutes of play is Osmond with a 3. Jetty's 2 for 8 here tonight. Augustine off a Craig screen, tiptoes baseline, deals to Connaughton for a floater. Bucks 94, Cavaliers 77.
Yeah, and they're just their second unit, they move a little bit better than the first unit because Giannis dominates the ball so much. But this second unit is really playing some together ball.
After scoring 34 points in the second quarter, the Bucks have 35 here in the third. Craig with a steal. Feeds the post. Portis is down there with Osmond. Puts it up. Chris may have gotten a piece of that from behind. Allen, foul is called on the Bucks. With 9/10 of the second remaining. Fortunately for the Bucks, they did have 1 to give.
Good job by Allen to get the ball. And a little bit too aggressive with Craig that time.
The third quarter is over. Bucks outscore the Cavaliers 35-23 in the third. Giannis Antetokounmpo scores 12 of his 19 in quarter number 3. And on to the fourth we go. It's Fieldhouse, Bucks 94, Cavaliers 77. And I am happy to welcome this guy to the broadcast, Kevin Love. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you guys.
Hey, Love, what's up? What's happening?
Going on?
Not too much.
Kevin, most importantly, how you feeling?
I feel great. I've been doing a lot of basketball workouts. Back to the court now. Just getting my cardio up, and you should be seeing me here pretty soon. So I'm so excited to get back. I feel like the game was taken away from me. Had a little bit going on, a little bit lingering, a little bit into camp, and just getting back now, I feel great. I'm just so excited. Love this game so much, and we got a team, as you've seen, that just competes. Win, lose, or draw. It doesn't matter if we're up 10, down 10. We're fighting 2 minutes left in the game. We got guys that play for each other, celebrate each other, and, I'm really excited to get back with this group.
It's interesting, Kevin. You mentioned it. It seems like the culture that JB has been trying to implement is really taking hold this year. To what degree is that satisfying to you as you've seen this take place over the last handful of months?
Well, it's amazing. I thought it was paramount that we got together in August. I know it was just individual workouts, but also, creating our own little bubble here in Cleveland for 2 weeks. I mean, it was nice to get back together with the guys, having 17 games taken from us at the end of the season. I believe that we were 5-6 under JB, if I'm not mistaken, and playing good basketball. I mean, there was a few games there that it came down to the final 2 minutes. We ended up losing, but I really feel like we got off on, the right foot this year. I feel like the camaraderie is there. Like I said, guys celebrate each other, just want each other to be better, not caring who gets the shots, who gets the defensive stops. And, that's infectious to be around. When you have a team like that, you're going to have success, a lot of success. And we're young. We're figuring out what we want out there on the floor. And I love that our bigs are the veterans, so we can take those young guards and really help them out.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But it really is a good thing to see, though, Kevin, that the culture is being accepted. I mean, because you can see it out there, and that to me is the first step to building a solid unit.
Absolutely. And JB, going back to him, he's such a great communicator. I was so fortunate to have him not only as a coach, but just have him take him under my wing my first 3 years in the NBA. I don't think a lot of people know that. I was with him in Minnesota my first 3 years. So just having him and the Bickerstaff family actually close to the Loves for a long time has been, really amazing. So JB, that's, obviously a coach and a guy that I respect so much, but I almost look at him like a big brother. That's how it started out for me in the league, and he's been so impressive what he's done with the team this year, and sky's the limit for what he's going to be, help us able to do.
Nearly 2 minutes into this fourth quarter, Bucks 98, Cavaliers 82. We are joined by Kevin Love as we have a brief delay. The shot clock is being discussed. Kevin, you mentioned the young guys. Colin Sexton, he's praised you ever since he's been here, and most recently in his player tribute piece about how much you have helped him. Through your eyes, how has he grown over the last 3 seasons, not only in terms of what we see on the floor, but also in terms of how he thinks the game?
I mean, it's so funny. He plays so fast, but he's actually under control. But I think the game has slowed down for him. He knows he can always get to his spot. He knows when those other defenders step up that he can find guys. But he's really just, like everybody, locked into this team, played for his teammates, and he's playing at an all-star level. I mean, Colin has been brilliant this year, shooting exceptional from everywhere on the court. 3-point, I think he's above 44, 45% as well, finding guys. And let me tell you this, nobody outworks Colin Sexton, and that's why I love being around him. Nobody works harder than Colin Sexton. He's always going to continue to work. If he makes a mistake or he feels like he failed, he's going to correct it. He's going to make sure of it, and you love to see it.
Garland gets fouled and route to the hole. Just over 2 minutes in fourth quarter, the Bucks own this 16-point lead.
Kevin, when you first started with this squad and everybody, did you think they were going to accept it as readily as they have done? I mean, to me, the culture has been it's come so fast. I was not expected to come this fast.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think it was a big step for us was everybody just getting together in August, obviously with the protocols and, contact tracing, and everybody knows what's been going on with COVID. We see it here. We saw with Kevin Durant last night with his contact tracing and just not really understanding everything that's going on, but still working through it so that we can be around each other and just spend time away from the court together, be on the floor, whether it be individual workouts, knowing what the not only JB, but the rest of the coaching staff wants for us, and just creating that culture and just showing up. I mean, I think that's a major part of it, is just showing up and getting to work, and that's what we've been doing every single day.
Good.
Darius Garland drains 2 free throws. That foul is on Dylan Windler. All right, let's talk Darius a little bit, Kevin. I mean, he almost looks like a completely new guy.
Yeah.
The transformation from season number 1 to season number 2.
No, for sure. And we all know at Vandy he didn't play many games due to injury, but, you know, and he had 17 games taken away from him at the end of the season. I know that we talked about that, but you can tell that he works very hard during the offseason. You can see his confidence is way up. And listen, he's still so young. You got to remember, he's what, only 20? He just turned 21. I told him the other day, you got to buy me a drink now. But no, it's amazing. Like he hasn't even become like a man in this league yet, like a true veteran. So to see him here, you know, this year growing up, getting the time, you know, being out there with different guys, you know, like I said, win, lose, or draw, different lineups, no matter what, he's going out there and fighting. You love to see that with Darius, because not only is he a great player, but he's a great kid who's really willing to work.
Talking to Kevin Love, as there he is on cue. Darius Garland.
Timeout.
Cuts the Bucks lead to 12. I like it, Kevin. You're getting into this broadcasting thing. Hey, can you stick around for a little?
I got you, yes.
All right, more Kevin Love when we come back. Darius Garland with the floater. The Cavaliers are back within 12.
To Cleveland, it's Kevin Love. We're going to break down some game film here. 98-86 Bucks. And here we have Darius Garland, just talking about him. Coming to set the screen is Andre Drummond. Darius super shifty. We call this a Peyton. Coming back, he sees what others don't. And there we have Andre finishing over the top of Lopez there. I mean, that's something that Darius has gotten so much better at. I mentioned Collins' game slowing down, but he plays at such a quick pace. I mean, Darius is one of those guys that's so shifty with the ball. As we see, Giannis, we've seen that a few times, but back to Darius, he's just so shifty. You know, he gets in the paint, he draws two defenders, and he makes that little shovel pass to Drummond, who finishes over the top on Big Lopez. That's impressive.
Listen to you.
Yeah.
You guys like that?
Bringing us back from break.
You know? I appreciate you guys giving me that opportunity there, you know?
Sexton along, too. Giannis with the rebound. 186 is the Milwaukee lead. John Michael, Austin Carr, and Kevin Love, who's kind enough to join us as Lopez spots up. 3 on the way. He cans it. Talk about big men, Kevin, and the voices now in that locker room are the veteran big men for the Cavs. And here's one, and Andre Drummond. He hooks it home and cuts the Bucks lead to 15. Take us behind the scenes in terms of that dynamic with the bigs. You, Larry Nance, and Andre Drummond now being the leaders on this Cavalier team.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've all been on winning teams. You know, some of us have been to the finals, and, you know, just having that luxury with your bigs, guys that have to communicate, that have to have your back, that are protecting the rim, making sure they're, like I mentioned, communicating, telling you that the screen's coming. The defensive end is probably the biggest thing for them, but also freeing guys up with screens as well. Like, you have to be able to get the other guys open in order to get yourself open. So I think that we're recognizing that our voice, you know, holds a lot of weight in that locker room, trying to be an extension of the coaching staff. But I love that the bigs are vets, even though, you know, Jared Allen, I didn't even realize till he got here how young he is.
Yeah.
It's amazing, his upside. I've always been a big fan of his, but damn, I didn't realize that he was, what, 22 years old?
22,
not even 23 years old yet. So he, you know, he plays really ahead of his time. You know, can really play. I always loved him in Brooklyn, but, you know, a lot happier to have him here in the Cavs jersey, I'll tell you that.
Since you're talking about that, Kevin, how about the front office jumps in the Harden deal and comes out of it with Taurean Prince and Jared Allen, and has received a lot of praise, rightfully so. These two appear to fit in seamlessly for this club, Kev.
I mean, it was so seamless with these guys. I mean, they're high character, first and foremost, play extremely hard, want nothing else other than to just win, play the right way. But yeah, right when I saw that trade go down, I think everybody obviously looks at Harden, looks at LeVert, guys like that. But I said immediately, we got better. I remember calling Larry and saying, oh man, we got better. We got action here. So, you know, having TP, having Big Jared out there has been awesome for us. As Gray puts it back, big fella.
That away, Ken. Sexton with the miss, Andre with the follow, and Drummond's big night continues. The Cavaliers have cut the Milwaukee lead to 104-90. Forbes from deep. It's a three-point shooting team, Kevin. They've knocked down 13 triples. Defending a team like this when they do have a Giannis who can break you down driving, what do you want to do philosophically? As here's Allen inside. First shot doesn't go. Back out to Garland. Garland with 10 on the shot clock. We'll get to that in a moment, Kevin, as here's Drummond with 6 to shoot. Now Sexton in the corner. Shot clock down to 1. Jared's got a hustle. And it's a shot clock violation against the Cavs. This is a Bucks team in terms of their dynamic, Kevin, that certainly is difficult to handle.
No, it really is. And when Giannis is playing downhill at his size, I mean, you have to pack the paint, so you have to put shooters around Giannis. I think more than any other year, the Bucks have done that. Obviously, we know what Bud wants. We played him in the playoffs a number of times, whether it be in Atlanta. But no, I really think that they have a number of shooters like Middleton, who I think is so great. If you put a like-sized guy on him or somebody smaller, he's going to shoot right over you, and he's been impressive. I mean, really the past few years for them, but this year shooting at a very, very high clip, a guy that, has become more respected around the league, but just putting more shooters around Giannis. I think it's going to be a great year for them to show, what they're made of. I think Giannis obviously re-signed, feeling good, and, as we see there again, I mean, they are just hitting shots. We got Brook Lopez playing the 5. Everybody from 1 to 5 being able to shoot for them is a major luxury when you have somebody like Giannis.
Well, Kevin, I got to tell you, it's just nice to see you. Nice to talk to you again, my friend. Welcome back out here shooting around, seeing you before, and your return not imminent, of course, but, man, it's just good to see you around. Continued success and continue to get well with that calf.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me on.
The jumper still looks good, too.
Hey, you know what? I'm a little rusty on here, but out there I'm not rusty, so I'll be all right. Hopefully it'll be a smooth transition.
I know what you mean.
Hey, Kev, thanks so much. We appreciate it.
Guys. Appreciate it.
Our thanks to Kevin Love. We'll be back right after this. The dealers. Visit Kia.com to see what it means to give it everything. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's go. Meanwhile, we are back underway here in the fourth quarter. Under 6 to go. A foul is called on the Bucks. Chris Middleton. Giannis Antetokounmpo leads the visitors with 24 points and 11 rebounds. Holiday 20, Middleton 17. Andre Drummond has had a night for the Cavs. 28 points, 11 rebounds, 17 apiece for Colin Sexton and Darius Garland. Okoro to the bucket. That doesn't go, but Allen's tip-in does.
Good follow-up by the big fella. Got his fingertips on it, able to control it.
Middleton picked up by Allen on the switch. Giannis high post. Guarded by Okoro, 15-footer. Okoro fouled him for the second time tonight. Giannis will shoot free throws 10 and 11 for him on the evening.
Yeah, and again, Okoro just went into his space just enough so he couldn't come straight down, and that is a situation that's tough to do when you're trying to defend a guy like Giannis.
The man at the line has drawn 8 big fouls here tonight. That's par for the course.
Oh yeah,
for the attacking Antetokounmpo. Well, you want to talk about baptism by fire? Isaac Okoro is in his first season in the NBA. And he has guarded, really, over the past couple of weeks alone, AC, that cast of characters.
I understand how he feels. I had to go through the same thing. I mean, all it does is makes you tougher. But I understand that I had to guard Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Phil Chenier, Phil Smith, all those guys in my first time. So all you do, it just makes you harder. It makes you more focused as a player.
J.B. Bickerstaff said part of the thing we love about him is his short-term memory. He doesn't care. He just defends from possession to possession, does what he can. His attitude's been great. I mean, JB says we keep checking on him, and he continues to want to go up against the NBA's best, and that is an attitude you have to love out of a 20-year-old.
You're right, because it can give you nightmares. I mean, my first year, I remember those nights. Some of those nights, I was like, wow. It got so bad. Jerry West, one time, he told me, he said, no, you don't do it that way.
He was trying to help.
He was trying to help me. Yeah, but that's how it goes. I mean, you have to learn, and really, it's going to make Isaac develop much faster when you have to play that way against guys like that on a consistent basis. What it also will do is get him to work on his offensive game too, because you got to have a way to come back at these guys if you got to guard them every night.
Mike Budenholzer's wallet just got a little lighter as he picks up a technical foul. The Cavaliers missed the technical free throw. Dean Wade has checked in. He'll see his first action as we approach the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Okoro, Garland, Allen, Sexton, and Wade. Middleton, a diving steal. DiVincenzo shovels to Forbes. Forbes knocks down another three. He is a perfect 6 of 6 from deep here tonight.
Yeah, that young man can flat out shoot the basketball.
We mentioned career 40% three-point shooter. Played his first 2 collegiate seasons right here at Cleveland State.
Yes.
2 more at Michigan State with the Spartans. Our crack staff uncovered that Brent Forbes in Lansing, Michigan, went to high school at Sexton High School. As here is Forbes, who's a perfect 6 for 6.
Great release. He releases the ball the same way every time. And all they do is let him park out there around the three-point line and fire him up there. And he's very consistent.
There is the Sexton High School alum, and by crack staff, I mean Jeff Phelps, who texted me that right before the game. Middleton will trigger and find newly inserted Jalen Adams. Under 4.5 to go. Bucks 117, Cavaliers 92. Middleton. The Bucks are 16 of 33 from 3.
Man, Middleton, he hasn't missed much at all tonight, huh? Maybe about 4 shots.
4 of 5 from deep is Middleton. 8 of 13 from the field, 20 points. This is a good shooting Bucks club. Second in the league in field goal percentage. 4th in three-point percentage. And we have a timeout on the floor with 4:03 to go. We'll take a quick break and be back with more right after this. Paul and the Suns. Our coverage starts at 8:30 with Cavaliers Live right here on Fox Sports Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. The Suns were the darlings of the bubble last season, going 8-0 down the stretch in Orlando.
And adding Chris Paul to that team was just a perfect match. I mean, he has that team playing great, and he's playing great.
This is a Suns team stretching back to last season that is 20-9 in their last 29 games. You mentioned the addition of Chris Paul. It's a Suns team that has played in just a load of tight games this season, Ace, and they've needed that floor general so many times down the stretch.
Yep.
Lamar Stevens checks in, launches a long 2. 3:25 to go. Adams. A 12-footer. So we mentioned the Bucks are playing game 2 of a 6-game road trip. After that, they come home for 8 straight at home. Stevens steps into a long-distance shot. That's off the mark.
Yeah, these schedules are getting ready to really pick up for every team now. Seems like it's the time right before you go into the All-Star break, and it just you have to be a tough team to get through this with some type of success.
This is Giannis's brother, Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Last season played 20 games with the Bucks. Drafted 51st by the Knicks back in 2014. And he airmails his first free throw attempt and then performs the obligatory rub hands on shirt ritual in the NBA.
If my hands were wet.
It always seems to follow a shot that doesn't draw iron.
And he works hard. I saw him working before the game. Man, he broke a sweat. He works hard. And I know eventually he's going to be a player.
Stevens gets fouled en route to the hole. So it is a 5-game road trip, staring the Cavs in the face starting next week. Here's a replay. Stevens got hit by Thanasis.
Yep.
The Cavaliers, until the unofficial second half of the season, play only one team with a losing record, and that team is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, things are about to get serious now. I like, though, what Stevens has given the Cavs. He has sort of worked his way into the lineup. And every time he comes in, he gives them positive minutes.
Dylan Windler with the bucket. Here's Thanasis Antetokounmpo. So it's the Suns first up on Monday. They currently sport a record of 12-9. Portis across the lane. That shot doesn't go. Defended by Allen. Out comes Dean Wade. On to Denver to take on a Nuggets team that also is 12-9. That Wade shot doesn't go. It's the Trailblazers, the Clippers, and the Warriors to close out the road trip. 2 9 o'clock tips, 3 10 o'clock tips, I should say, straight ahead. Some late night basketball back here in Northeast Ohio. We approach the 2-minute mark. Bucks 122, Cavaliers 95. Thanasis gets fouled by Dean Wade and will shoot 2 more. So the question this season for these Milwaukee Bucks, can they come out of the Eastern Conference? Fell short each of the last 2 seasons. As we mentioned in the first half, AC, last year after rolling the Magic in the first round, they ran into Miami and were dropped by the 5th seeded Heat in only 5 games. The bench struggled in that second round. The 3-point shot deserted them. Their defense wasn't as ironclad as it was during the regular season. Early this year, you can see the Bucks starting philosophically to make a few shifts in terms of getting themselves in a position where they think they may be more ready for the postseason. We saw it during the offseason with personnel. Philosophy-wise, we're seeing some tweaks here as well through the first quarter of the season.
Yeah, they realize what they have to become better at, which areas they have to get better at in order to make it work. And I think the type of players that they brought in really speaks to that, because they have a little bit more athleticism now. The defensive part of the game means a little bit more to them. They can defend the 3 better, and they have a lot better offensive players around Giannis now, so he won't get bogged down in trying to do it all himself.
Certainly better 3-point shooters, no question about that, as Adams' shot doesn't go. Windler, by the way, has 9 points. He's 3 of 3 from the field, runs the floor alongside Okoro. Okoro gets fouled. So Isaac will look for his first points of the night with 1:28 to go. And the Bucks on top, 124-97. Of course, the big news in Milwaukee, in perhaps decades, occurred just prior to the season. December 15th, Giannis signed the Supermax deal, Austin, a 5-year contract extension worth a reported NBA record $228 million.
That's a lot of $1 million.
It had been a long time coming. I mean, speculation had abounded for seasons where Giannis may end up if he left Milwaukee.
Right.
Makes the decision to stay. And really, when you read the articles coming out of Milwaukee, the front office's task was convince Giannis to stay primarily by putting players around him that he felt would be able to take him to the promised land.
Exactly, because his one goal is to win a championship.
Adams tore the bucket, missed the shot. Question is this bunch the bunch that can do it?
Right.
Wade for 3. This is the final time the Cavs will see Milwaukee this season. You only play every team in the Eastern Conference now 3 times, every team in the West twice with this 72-game schedule. That ball's poked out of bounds. The ball belongs to the Cavaliers.
Yeah, the schedule is a lot different than it has been in the past. I mean, this is the second time the Cavs have played a team back-to-back like this, and it's amazing the differences and how many games, how fast they come. Amazing.
It's interesting in terms of the teams played as well, and we knew this would be the case the way the schedule is. Windler fires. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Cavs. So after this ball game, the Cavs will be done with the Bucks. They'll be done with the Knicks. They haven't even seen the Bulls, which happen to reside in the Cavs Central Division. 7 teams you see there, that second bullet point. The Cavs won't even see in the first half.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And again, that's, with the travel restrictions, trying to limit travel this season. That was what was expected. It's just interesting how it happens to be playing out.
Yes.
as that will just about do it. The Bucks will win this one tonight by the final of 124-99. AC, your final thoughts as the Cavs get set to embark upon a 5-game journey.
Yeah, they have a few things they have to clean up going on the road, and they have to be together as a unit on the road, because the road is going to be a lot tougher than the home games.
Andre Drummond tonight scores 28 points and grabs 11 rebounds. The Cavs fall by the final of 124-99. Stay right there. We'll hear from Coach Bickerstaff.